my name is Olivia Burnham, and for my second career profile, I chose to look at a lobbyist for family issues. And the administration that I focus on, or the organization that I focused on, is the ACF, which is the Administration for Children and Families, and they're located out of Washington, D.C., so they're right in the heart of it all. A career contact that I have for this profession, her name is Margaret Lee, and she's a well-known lobbyist here in Washington and Olympia. For family issues, she deals specifically with special needs children. She had a son with Down syndrome, and so she focuses on that. And she's a great contact that I have as far as what the profession is really about and how to get into it. The working environment is very different than the last career profile that I did. In the last career profile that I did, which was an adoption agency, it was a little bit more laid back, more family oriented, whereas this one is very dog eat dog, go go go. Experience is the most important thing that you can have. Even when it comes to education, you don't need a bachelor's degree, even you don't need a graduate degree to be a lobbyist. You just need to know what you're doing and know what you're talking about. And a bachelor's degree, a graduate degree, they're not required, but they're very, very important still to have if you really want to be an expert on what you're talking about and to look qualified to employers. The things that they say a lobbyist really needs is 1, the ability to analyze information, is 2, the ability to stay informed on the issues, and 3, the ability to predict which issues will stay important. That way you're focusing on those to best help the organization that you work for. Typical stressors, and there's 2 that I really found, and they go together. The first is long wait periods and feeling like nothing is getting accomplished, like you're not really seeing the fruits of your labors. And that's just because, legislation takes a long time, and you could write a congressman a million times, and legislation can never get passed that you've been working so hard on, and that's common. And so that's one of the stressors, or one of the downsides to being a lobbyist. Benefits and insurance coverage and good job security. You can be a lobbyist for any organization that wants a lobbyist. There's a lot you can choose from. It's not like there's one place that you're stuck in. If you want to do something different, you can go. Also, if you're experienced and you really know how to do this, the ins and outs, and you have the information and it's in your brain and you know how to communicate effectively and all of those things, you're going to be sought after. And like I said, that experience is so important, and that really provides the job security that you want, is that experience. And the longer you work, the more experience you have. So there you go. Job tasks. This job just sounds like so much fun to me. I've always loved politics. I love family issues. Take these 2 things and mix them together, and it just makes a lot of happiness for Olivia. But the job tasks are to contact and persuade congressmen as well as elected officials to help support legislation that will assist the organization that you're working for. And that's what you do. Okay. Sounds like fun to me. The salary range starting, the low end of the range is around $65,000 a year, and the high end of the range is around $175,000 a year. Again, it depends on the organization you're working for. If you're working for a small organization, you're going to make a little less. If you're working for a big organization, you're going to make a little more. It just depends. Some information sources that I use that I would suggest that you use are AFA, which I started on, and then I realized that that's not an organization I would actually want to work for. They're a little bit too extreme in my opinion. Maybe I shouldn't say that on this video, but they were a little extreme in what I read. And so, but that they talk about family issues. I read an article about becoming a lobbyist, which was really informative actually. And then acf.hhs.org, which is what I ended up going with, which is the Administration for Children and Families. Super helpful, great website, really informative. They have a page full of just the legislation that they're working on currently. Really wonderful. And that is my second career profile.